season bests for Joshua Ingalls and Miles Marshall yesterday in the men's 800 prelims, as both preliminary rounds went under the 150 mark.
Yeah, yesterday was really fantastic, really fast running for a prelim. I mean, the top three seeds all won their heats, but we have a all-star cast here in the final. 8 of the top 9 seeds are in the final. But that one heat yesterday, it was 148. It was ridiculous. Big PR for Ingalls, which wasn't a surprise considering he split 147.9 at pin relays.
That 148.65 for Ingalls moved him up to the 34th best time in the country, 16th in the East Regionals. Season best for Miles Marshall, who was the 800 winner at Ivy Indoor Heps, finishing 12th at NCAAs. Marshall went 149.31, running the 27th best time in the East Region this year. He is the defending winner in the 800 outdoors, and he'll look to keep his spike on this year, as last year he lost his spike about 600 meters in, finished flat-footed on one side, and still won the race. In this field, Zachary Lanigan, Zachary Emmerich, Miles Marshall, Tim Zepp, Joshua Ingalls, Sam Ellis, Brian McGovern, and Josiah Langstaff. Emmerich entered this weekend as the number 1 seed. He has the 81st best time in the country. He's a Brown senior. He has 3 times won the HEPS 500 championship indoors. That had been his preferred distance. He is looking for his first 800 win outdoors. He was the runner-up to Miles Marshall last year. Phenomenal runner who's gotten everything he possibly could have out of his career at Brown. He has been remarkable in his time for the Bears.
Yeah, this is a big event for Brown. I mean, Emmerich won one heat yesterday. Lanigan won the other. I mean, Emmerich is a 3-time 500-meter champion. He likes to come out first.
All right, here we go. You mentioned Lanigan, who has those little braided ponytails on the back of his hair head. He's out of Australia, where he was the 3rd-ranked Australian junior before coming to Brown. And then there's Miles Marshall on the outside. Came in as maybe the biggest recruit in the Ivy League in recent memory after a superstar junior career that saw him win the gold medal at the Youth Olympics in 2014.
Yeah, I mean, sort of Marshall coming into the outdoor season would have been viewed as almost unbeatable in this event, but he'd only run one Open 800 all season. I talked to him yesterday. He said he's having a little hamstring issues. He was scratched at the Kansas relays, and he looked beatable yesterday. There's a lot of talent, so we'll see how we do. Now, with Princeton and Ingalls, he ran great on day 1 at pin relays, not so great on day 2, so it'll be interesting to see what he does here.
Ingalls has the lead through the opening 400. They run it in 52.69. So they'll need a negative split for a big time here. You'd expect that as Marshall moves up to the outside. Ingalls first. Second place belongs to Lanigan, and Marshall on the outside in 3rd. Josiah Langstaff, the former Oregon State champ for Columbia, is up into 4th. Zachary Emmerich has work to do. He's way back into 5th place and already gritting his teeth in the backstretch.
Emmerich does not look good.
Looks like a 4-person race for the win. Ingalls, who set a PR yesterday, is still on top with 200 to go.
119 at 600.
Does Marshall have a move left? Ingalls is pulling away.
Ingalls looks fantastic. It's hard to see him blowing this in the last 80 meters.
He was a 2016 indoor champ. He is on his way to the 2018 outdoor championship. And here comes Langstaff for 2nd and Emmerich for 3rd. Josiah Langstaff wins another 10 points for Princeton. Joshua Ingalls the winner. Josiah Langstaff from Columbia 2nd. Zachary Emmerich 3rd. And Miles Marshall 4th. How about that for Joshua Ingalls? 147.76.
Huge PB, back-to-back PBs. I should not have doubted how he would do on the second day. He just took that race from start to finish, ran a PR. Fantastic stuff. And that's going to be top 10. He just misses top 10 all time in the Ivy League. That is the 2nd fastest time ever run at a HEPS championship.
Well, let's take a look at the national list. 147.76. Really going to move him pretty high up there. His 148.65 was the 34th best in the nation this season. So let's see, pulling that up quickly for you here. Joshua Ingalls wins the outdoor championship to go along with his indoor 800 championship. Keep on digging through all the events, and we finally get to the 800 here on the NCAA list. So 147, it's the exact number 147.76. That is good enough for the 12th best time in the country for Joshua Ingalls.
He was fantastic. It was interesting. I mean, the final 200 was like a coronation. We were just watching him, and for good reason. But Emmerich, who looked like he was dead in fifth place,
all the way up to third, yeah.
He kept battling. He is just such a gritty competitor. He got by Marshall at the end and beat him by .03.
And a PR for Josiah Langstaff for this season and for his college career, 148.40. His college PR was 149.70 coming in. His season best coming in 150.42 for Langstaff to get up into second place for Columbia.
Yeah, great run for him. I mean, he is a gutsy runner. If you remember indoors, he battled. He did not concede to Marshall. I mean, Marshall was so much better than everyone indoors, but Langstaff gave him a battle. Tried to win that race. It ended up costing Langstaff the runner-up position because Dartmouth freshman Tim Zepp, who was sixth today, actually was second indoors.
Yep.
But today he was rewarded with both a big PB as well as second place finish.
Second place for Langstaff, and that 148.40 should move him into the top 30 in the country and into NCAA East Regionals as well.
I think probably the top six all broke 150. They'd probably all be at regionals. I mean, this spring has not been good up here in the Northeast with weather. It's been cold and windy. But coming into the meet, I mean, it was I said this yesterday, only one guy in the league had broken 150. That makes no sense in the Ivy League. But today, you're just getting great performances in everything. The sprints, the distances. And 6-1 race is really something special.
Joshua Ingalls with the win, and now Princeton goes ahead by 40 points over Penn. There's only 7 events left, so Princeton putting the finishing touches on what looks like not just a win, but what's going to turn into a lopsided win for the Tigers. Only 70 possible points remaining, and Princeton ahead 135-195, and then Cornell moves into third, Harvard fourth, Columbia fifth, Brown sixth, Dartmouth seventh, and Yale eighth. On the women's